Bring, ding, 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 ding.
Hey. Hi, girls.
I'm missing my little recording buddy.
You are missing your friend. Well, today.
Yeah, where is Winnie?
Today we're just doing millennials. No Gen Z in the show today.
No Gen Z.
Hags only.
It's going to be an older representation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Get that youthful energy out of here.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
don't
they're
need
just so spoiled with their TikToks and their clocks and their tweets.
They're twats.
Yeah.
Great.
That too. Amazing. How was your weekend?
How was our weekend? We did less moving. Less
My
moving
mom
and
was
grooving.
in town.
Oh, that's right.
My mom and my
yeah.
sister came into drove into the big city.
Drove into the big city, bitch.
Exciting.
Stayed in Skokie.
As parents do when they come visit, I feel.
Well, it was funny because when they originally when they booked, we were not gonna move. Our move was supposed to be later.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, "We can stay with you," and I was like, "No," because we're gonna be
We have
preparing
no
for a
idea
move.
what's gonna
Do not
happen.
do this. This is a bad idea. There'll be
Yeah.
boxes. There probably wouldn't have been boxes at this point, but there will be boxes.
Right.
And it would have been her and my sister. And I was like, two people's a lot. One person is already like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean because you've done it.
I do in fact know what you mean.
You threw your back
It's hard.
out. Yeah.
You threw your
It was
back
so
out.
stressful you threw your back out over it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so stressful.
So we ended up moving early, and then we got a day bed that turns into like a full. And so once it was like in and set and complete, because I didn't want to like say like, hey, we would be able to host you now, blah 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 blah, if like the day bed like was like back ordered or something. So
Right.
once it was like set up and complete, that's when I messaged my mom and my sister, and this was like a week ago, a little over a week ago. And I was like, okay, so I do now have a bed in our new apartment if you do want to stay, blah, blah. And mom, of course, did try, but they were like, no cancellations, because I'm sure she booked it at the cheapest
She
possible
shot the
rate.
cheapest possible rate.
Oh, like through a seventh party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
The money changed
Man.
hands 6 times before it got to
Yes,
Holiday Inn or
absolutely.
whatever.
They
So
locked
she was
that
like,
in.
we were locked in. So I was like, that's fine. And probably for the best, to be honest, because we were still like, we weren't super busy, but there was some stuff that we still had to do this weekend. So it was fine. But then after they had booked it originally, my sister was like, and how safe is Skokie? And I was like, do not do this suburban nonsense.
Skokie?
Do not do this.
How safe is Skokie?
Please.
Please.
That yellow line.
That yellow line.
Skokie, well.
Well, there's a cheesecake factory at Skokie. That's how safe it is, girl.
I don't think there is.
It's part of that mall, right? Isn't that technically Skokie?
Yeah, what's that mall?
That big mall
What's it called?
that we were just
the big
at.
wall.
That we were
The
at.
big mall.
The big mall.
Yeah, she's big.
She's big.
She's the big one.
So anyway, they originally came because, and I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. 2 months ago, my mom was like, Peter Pan's coming to Chicago. We should see it. And I was like, okay. So we booked this whole thing. And then at the show, she was like, and happy birthday, Adam. And I was like, oh. So anyway, that was my birthday gift. But it was a good show.
Was it your first time seeing? Was it your first time seeing it?
It was my
live?
first time seeing Peter Pan live. I've seen the
Wow.
Mary Martin recorded video from
Yeah. Honestly, one of my favorite VHSs.
Oh, see, I didn't
That
like it when I was
VHS
a kid.
Oh, you did? It was like
No.
one of my go-tos. Oh, I
Comfort
loved it.
watches.
Oh,
I
man.
liked. I remembered a few songs like while the show was happening. I was like, oh, I do know this song. But I think when I was little, I was like so annoyed that they weren't like really flying that I was like,
Oh,
okay, well,
sure.
it's not really giving. But this was great. It was
Should we talk about the Peter Man?
we had a man play Timothy Chalamet's younger brother played
Wait,
Peter.
you actually had a man play Peter Pan. It was
Peter
actually
Man.
a man.
Yes.
I thought you were
Actually a
kidding.
No,
Oh, no,
it's
that
a boy.
was- It's a boy,
Ew.
baby.
It's a twink.
The best part about Peter Pan is that it's a very
It's a, like,
small, petite
Small
woman.
petite woman.
Twinker Pan, yeah.
Twinker Pan, bitch.
No.
Tinkerbell and Peter Pan
What?
became one.
And worst of all, he was definitely straight.
Ew.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
did
Like,
they
so he was like a
ruin
real
that?
Peter Pan, and we were like, oh.
I liked the show. I thought he did a good job. I was like not on board at first because like obviously why are we taking roles from women?
Why
Iconic
are we
roles
taking
like
roles
Peter
from
Pan.
iconic
Jesus.
female roles like
Such
Peter
as Peter Pan.
Like Peter Pan.
But no, he was very good. I liked him a lot. I will say his bio, and he'll never hear this, so it's fine.
What's
He's
his name?
actually a huge fan.
He's a huge fan. RJ, do you have the?
No, but I'll look it up.
Give me his at. What's his at?
We'll find it in just a second.
In
But
just a
in his bio,
Okay.
he did write. He said, well, obviously he's played Crutchy in Newsies before.
That's a pipeline.
So I was like,
That's-
sure.
It is a pipeline. If now there is the pipeline, so it is
That-
part of the pipeline.
That makes complete sense. And then that was his only other credit. And then he said he thanked his acting coach for teaching him it said the art in acting. And I thought it was like a typo. He meant to say art of acting. And then I was like, no, that's a very theater person being like the art in acting. You know what I'm saying when I say that, Miranda?
Mm.
He
Yeah,
said the
I
art in
do.
acting.
Not the
For-
art of
I don't like
acting.
how our group
in
chat is going
acting.
off currently. Do they not know we're recording?
We're
Where the fuck are
recording,
they?
Wait,
girlies.
is it?
Yeah,
You're
Austin Office is
going
like, I'm having a
off
margarita.
in this chat.
Do-do-do-do-do.
And
We are
and trust, they
busy.
will be muted.
Trust, do not disturb will
Silence.
be turned on.
Yeah.
There they are in the chat. Greetings from the parking
Show-
garage.
Show
Great.
this cast
Move
though,
it
RJ.
here.
Do a little,
Yeah, I
do a
wanna
little screen
see-
share.
Adam,
Show me,
he's
show me.
17.
My
He's what?
favorite
He
thing.
is 17.
What?
It is a 17-year-old local teenager plays Peter Pan.
Local to Chicago? Because this is touring.
No, this is what's the Wrangler?
The number one. RJ, did you not see RJ? The fact that you're not screen sharing this is absolutely criminal because when the people see what the site that you are on, they will be shocked.
I don't even know. Oh, it's a high school.
It's a high school's blog.
Okay, hold on.
Can you please show me
Share,
this?
will you please share the damn screen?
Okay, this is from if you
Oh.
scroll up, RJ, to the very top, the Wrangler,
course
the
his
number
name
one
is
student
Nolan.
news site of
Yorba
Yorba
Linda
Linda
High
High
School.
School. This has to be
Love.
California.
Yeah, Yorba Linda,
Okay.
California.
Okay,
Are we in
Yorba
the-
Linda.
Are we in the?
Are we in the valley?
or are we?
Are we
just
scrolling
north
We're
down?
of,
north of
Hold on.
Anaheim.
north of Anaheim, baby.
I need to see this. Keep going.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought he was good. I thought it was fun.
My favorite
Um,
thing to do after a production is stalk everybody from the playbill on social
Oh,
media.
yeah.
It
The
is
only
one
thing-
of my favorite things to do.
My real big complaint, and I shouldn't say complaint, but my real big one, why question mark, was why was Wendy doing a TikTok challenge and being like, it
Okay.
has to go viral?
Okay.
What?
Okay, Miranda, where do you stand? Okay, because in Showgaze, I've discussed like I don't. Sometimes what is it called? Anachronism, where it's like I'm watching something in period, but then like it's like modern.
The Marie Antoinette
The Marie
Converse
Antoinette.
Chucks in Marie Antoinette.
But
Okay.
for me, I'm okay with that when they go fully committed, where it's like all the sounds. Yes, Casey is not here, so we are just talking about musical theater.
Wow. And she's in the group chat.
She's in the group
She's
chat.
chatting. She's watching live from Punta
La-
Cana.
How
Wow.
boring
How
is the DR if you're
Yeah,
watching
like,
this?
At this point, it's 8:30. You should be
Be
turned
on your
up,
vacation,
babe.
girl.
She's running out of diet Saudis, so she's desperate. Anyway, the anachronism of like for me, I like it when it's full out, where it's committed. But when it's like this production kept the dialogue the same of like the
No, this is partially.
they kept a lot of the dialogue the same, but then they would include like she's filming a TikTok challenge.
Can I be more specific in what happened?
Sure.
The
Please.
show started very modern. Like it starts with like they've updated Wendy to be like, I want to be a doctor when I grow up, and she like she has a sewing kit so that she has like she has to get to the thimble. So they reference that they wouldn't buy her a surgery sewing kit. They bought her a regular
actual
sewing
sewing
kit,
kit.
and she was like mad
Okay.
about it. It was cute. It was fine. It was whatever. The TikTok challenge was a little weird, but it was the only one that I was like, ugh. And then the kids all leave the room because they have to go take their vitamins or whatever before they go to dinner. And this is the classic scene where Mrs. Moira
Mrs.
Darling
Mm-hmm.
tells John that and this is from the play, this is not from the Disney version, obviously, but this is from the play, that she tells John that she thinks she saw the face of a boy in the window. And this is like very classic, like a little heightened language because it's like 1904 when it was written or whatever. That whole section was the exact same word for word from the original. Not an update whatsoever at all. But she is wearing a Forever 21 dress. And I was like, I really don't
That's
know.
what I mean. Like
I don't know about this.
You gotta go full, or you can't piecemeal it, because then it feels like
No.
you're just band-aiding things. You know?
I mean, you can you know my answer to this. You know I would hate that. Like,
yeah.
so very much.
I've still never forgiven Moana for the Twitter joke.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
I'll never forgive it.
It just feels so cheap. But
Especially because it's X now.
the thing with Peter Pan, this Peter Pan that's touring, they did update a lot of the like Tiger Lily stuff for it to be like accurate, so that they refer to like true like tribe names and like
Everybody from the native tribe on Neverland was like they're like a bunch of different references to actual Native American tribes.
yes. So I like that a lot. But then like just the tweet
I liked it
jokes.
fine. It was crazy. So they did the like very beginning. They thanked the indigenous land. Thank you,
Oh yes, the land acknowledgement,
which is very common. I haven't been to a lot of shows really since
It's
like
common
2020,
now,
but
yeah.
it's common now, especially in Chicago.
Yes, I have only seen it in the 1776.
Okay, sure,
Revival.
that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So they were doing it,
Same
and
director,
it was
right? Isn't that what you were saying?
same producer.
Same producers.
And it was really long. Like it was really long. It was maybe 2 straight minutes of like thanking different indigenous groups. And I was like, this is great, but it's really interesting. And then for 2 seconds later, I was like,
it's Peter
oh, it's
Pan.
because it's Peter Pan.
Because we're in Peter Pan.
Because we're about to be like, I mean, we're going to try to do some updates, but we're still going to portray racist caricatures of like indigenous cultures.
Yes.
So cool. Yeah.
Yikes.
Wendy was great. Wendy was a slay. Smee and Hook were obviously fabulous.
Yeah, Hook was a drag role, girl. Like
always
that.
is.
she
Always
played it
is.
to a T, bitch.
Yeah, the
Love.
kids were. Michael was very cute, and he just gets to wear pajamas the whole show, which is like really the dream.
Honestly, it's a moment. I love that.
A little footy pajama.
I
That's
love
great.
John because he was so itchball. I'd gaff. Like he was just like, well, I want to fly. And I'm like, that's the energy of child acting that I love to watch.
Amazing.
Because even for them, this is boring. They're just like, whatever.
Whatever. It's fine, I guess. Cool.
I guess I'm on tour, whatever.
But did
Yeah.
I start crying when they were all flying? I sure did.
Sobbing,
Aw.
Miranda.
Sobbing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, there's still
Because
a
it's my-
spark.
There's
It's
still
my
a
little
Right
lizard
in
brain.
here.
One last spark.
One
One
last
little
little spark. Wow.
But yeah, it was good.
But you were
Action
saying
was
like, I
great.
mean, like you watched like when I did Mary Poppins multiple times because you just wanted to see Mary fly.
There's something. I mean, truly, I obviously it's very specific to like Peter Pan, Mary Poppins, but like probably any show, Defying Gravity, like any show where someone flies,
Your lizard
It's
brain just
my-
activates.
it's like the suspension of disbelief is so high that I'm like, I am watching human
Humans
beings
fly.
fly in front of me. I am bought into
Yeah.
the reality of the moment.
Uh-huh.
But I also do like to do the thing where like you watch their choreo because you know it's coming up, right? You know that they're gonna have to wire in somehow.
Yeah.
So you're like watching to
Right.
see
How they
are
get
they gonna
into
get
it.
into it. And they had like there was a drape by the curtain that they kept hiding behind, and then they'd come out, and all of a sudden they were
Oh.
lassoed in, and I was like, oh.
Cute. I would like you to see Aladdin at some point.
We've seen Aladdin.
Have you?
John
With
came
John.
to Orlando.
Oh, no.
Pre-pandemic.
Also have that with the carpet.
Oh.
And how she
Yes,
flies.
but the California Adventure one was like better. Sorry,
Really?
than the Broadway version.
I've never saw it.
They went like over the audience, and every time I saw it at California Adventure, I always sat in
You
the
always
like
sat on the
mezzanine, so
yeah.
they were like right in front of me.
Yeah.
So it was really iconic.
I
in
guess
that
I don't
regard.
know if the Broadway version does go over the audience. Do they on Broadway?
No, they just fly on the stage.
Missed op.
Stage.
Man.
But a Broadway house is obviously much smaller, so it's a little more intimate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
RJ?
Oh shoot, there was
true.
something I was gonna bring up about Peter Man, and now it's gone. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun time.
We got some of that classic Jerome Robbins choreo in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, the Do You Believe? Miranda, the power of theater for young
The
audiences.
audience. Give me the audience. Did they do it? Did
Yes.
they?
Oh,
This
girl.
little
They brought
boy
her
behind
back?
us.
Oh.
The little boy behind me was the first one who like shouted like, "I believe!" And then
The first one. Like before the question had been posed
Before
to
it
the
even-
audience.
he just
Aw.
looked up and was like, "Do you believe?" Before he could even complete it, this kid was like, "I believe!"
Oh my God. You bring her back to life right now.
Oh my god! And it
Oh,
erupted.
that's
girl.
so
The
sweet.
Niederlander Theater
Oh
erupted in
man,
belief.
that Niederlander. We love
Yeah.
her.
It was
Wow.
good, and we had like pretty good seats. We were like in the what is that, lower balcony ish?
Yeah, it was like the dress circle.
It was like
Kind
that
of.
first,
Oh sure.
the first thing. So we were
First
like
tier.
right in the middle. So
That was good seats.
it was a fun time.
Loved that.
Good show. Good
Love
show.
that. Love seeing a good show.
Miss Six is coming back for like a limited engagement, like June to July. It might be
6
when-
in the summer is just it, you know?
You know what else
Yeah,
is coming
isn't it when
back?
Casey's here?
Due to popular demand, by popular demand, back. Golden
What?
Girls live on stage.
Golden Girls Alive on Stage is
Wow.
Coming back in May.
yeah.
That's what we had that. I forget, in our smaller theater. Yeah, I don't even know if our season was announced for next year. And my season tickets were just renewed. So I'm
June
trying
4th
to avoid
to
looking
July
at my
4th.
bank account.
RJ,
June
when
4th?
does Death
Oh.
Becomes Her start?
June 4th to July 14th is 6. Death Becomes
This
Her.
Go back up to the top. It was
Oh,
you
it
already
was
passed
I
it.
think it's
already.
end of this month.
April 30th to June 2nd. Let's
Oh,
see it.
we have so little time to see it, RJ.
let's
little.
see it right before we go.
We're gone basically that whole time.
That whole time. Yeah,
Cool.
we're getting next
When-
season.
When does I have to ask? When does Harry Potter come?
That's
September
I'd be
7th.
interested.
September to February, Miranda. September to February.
I will come and we will see it. I will come and
Are
let's
they
see
doing?
it.
Is it?
You
Is
got
the
6
tour
hours?
one?
They've
Is
combined
it both?
both of them. They've
They
combined both of
okay.
them. Mhm.
But it's still probably like 3.5 hours long.
Oh, it like there's no way that they took 2 full shows.
Full shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
I just want to see
'cause
the
that-
magic.
that's when
Everyone says the magic is the best part of that show.
I know,
The
and that's
story
one
is
that
fine.
we are not getting it, and so I will. And then Beauty and the Beast is obviously next summer,
I was going to
Yes,
say,
July
they just
9th
read
to
July
August
9th to
2nd.
August 2nd. That's my birthday.
so I will be coming for that.
The 30th anniversary production. Oh,
There's already production stills.
wait, these stills are correct. Why can't I click on
No, it's gonna be incredible. I'm so excited. For
Why
it.
is this the first episode you're refusing to screen share?
I was gonna
have
say you
to
can
know.
Because
show me
I can't-
documents.
I'm trying to open the pictures first before I share because I don't want you to see just tiny ass pictures.
Never stopped you before.
It's not
Anyway, good golly. Well, we both supported our local arts this weekend. I went to a Major League Baseball game.
Oh, straight theater, absolutely.
Straight theater for sure.
Mm.
I learned on Tuesday, we received a little text while Casey was here from my sister-in-law's boyfriend. And he says, hi, I am planning to propose to Mackenzie this weekend. And if you are available, if you could come up to Minneapolis, I'm going to do it before the Twins game, but afterward we're going to go to a brewery if you want to meet us there from like 4 to 6. And I was like, do you know who you're texting? You think Jace is going to go all the way up there and not go to a Minnesota Twins game? You don't think he's going to be a part of that? And so I was like, we're coming to the game as well. We are also going to be there. But his parents were already planning on coming. And so Troy was like, I don't know whether I'm going to tell them or not. And I was like, absolutely do not tell them. Like, nope, don't tell them that is happening, because I don't think they'll be able to, whatever.
Keep it. Yeah.
Keep it. So we were going up on Saturday morning.
Just knowing those people.
Just knowing. And then Friday night, his dad was like, do you guys want to get dinner? And I was like, okay, Jace, like, don't be weird. Don't say anything. Like, whatever. Everything's fine. Jace goes to the bathroom during dinner, and his mother looks at me and she goes, you don't think Troy's going to propose on the big screen at the game tomorrow, do you? And I was like,
no, I don't think.
First of all, he was planning on doing it before the game, not on the Jumbotron or whatever. But I was like, how in the hell do you know that? How do you just assume that? And so I was like, no, like, aren't they going to Florida next week? Like, why wouldn't he do it next week if that's when he's going to do it? Because I also didn't know.
Branda's presenting the better place than it should have been done.
But Branda's setting the scene for a better proposal.
I don't think he's proposing at all. I think he's actually going to break up with her tonight.
Yeah, like, I think this is it. I think he's driving you up there. Like, that's what's happening.
It's a breakup trip.
But I was like, it was a very, like, true to them proposal. Like, they always take a picture at this spot, like, before games. They go to, like, many games a year, blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
But I was just like, I don't know how she knew. And so we hid while it happened. We watched it happen, and it was cute. We went up and surprised them. And apparently Mackenzie also had a feeling it was going to happen. And I was like,
something in the air. Maybe they noticed it from him. Maybe he was acting.
Maybe he said something or did something, which wouldn't surprise me. But the fact that
didn't
I was like,
he ask like a year ago?
Yes, he did.
So I mean, at that point, everything he would do, I would be waking up every day, being like,
"Oh,
maybe today's
the
day." Yeah, today's the day. So, yep. So
we're gonna go to the opening day of the Twins. Interesting.
Yeah, it was
opening day.
Yeah, Saturday. It was a beautiful day. I invited our good friend, not friend of the pod, because I don't think she listens, but Megan, came to the baseball game with me to baseball.
And you said her house is cute officially.
Her house is cute. I was like, yeah, I texted the boys saying your house was cute, and they didn't reply. So she's like, I'm going to text them and say my house is be cute. And I was like, okay.
Did she get a dog? Does she have a dog?
No, she does not.
Okay.
No. But yeah, so it was lovely to see her. She does say hello to the both of you.
And to all of our listeners.
Famously,
all of our listeners.
You know, she is technically a friend of the pod because she was she was our staff during our New Year's live show.
And when I was updating close friends, I was like, you may remember Megan from our New Year's Eve without Casey.
Yes.
Yeah, the replacement.
She was our we hired her as
for the start of this pod.
Yeah, she was our intern for that.
Yeah, she was I forgot she was the intern.
Yeah.
Loved that for her.
Last night I went to an opening ceremony here. There's a new theater in our street, and it is the co-founder is someone that we went to college with. It was Matt. Matt Lunt. Yes.
Oh, good.
He just opened a new theater, so I walked in there. He, there was like we were schmoozing and blah blah blah, and I was like, "Isn't it crazy?" Yes, he saw us like he saw us like at Collectivo and was like, "Yeah, we're just over here down there," and I was like, "We just moved down there," so it was crazy. So funny. But it's funny. I told him I was like, "Your hockey," because he lived with not hockey. Yes, hockey. He lived with a hockey team, wrestling team.
What's happening?
I think.
Yep. Nope. I know what you're talking about. Don't
I
know
think-
what sport. Rugby?
Rugby, that's it. He lived with the school's rugby team, and I told him I
Yeah.
was like, because he was talking about it. He was like, we would just throw these parties. There would be just a giant tub in the middle, and everyone from the theater department would just bring something and put it in there, and then that's what you would
Yeah.
drink. And I was like, Matt, you were my first college party. That was like the first. I think
Right. That was Fresh Faces.
yeah,
right?
that first. It was the one before. There was a party
Oh, okay.
before Fresh Faces. I want to say
Got
it
it.
was. There was something that happened early in that year because
I
Fresh
wouldn't
Faces.
know. Never went.
That yeah.
You never went to a Fresh Faces, Adam?
I never went.
Listen,
I didn't
to
go
the
to
first.
mine.
He didn't go
I
to
didn't go
his
to mine.
freshman
Fresh
Faces.
Faces was the theater party of the year where you welcome all of the new
The
freshmen to
freshmen.
the theater department.
And we hazed them.
And the sophomores were in charge of making the jungle juice, which was always,
Uh-huh.
and when we say jungle juice, the theater kids at Loyola did
We're-
something different.
Not.
Like
Even
true-
Jace went to state school. He went to like frat parties at a state school, and he would come to a theater party and is like, "You guys are all fucking crazy. You
Yeah.
are all crazy."
because we're
But
all
like in the best,
we're all-
like in the best way.
because
You're
we're all
very
good kids at
respectful.
school.
Yeah.
So
You're all
it's
very
like
respectful.
this is like the only time anyone went crazy.
Yeah.
Famously, Megan was arrested.
Famously-
during college. So
Our intern.
our intern
The
has a rap
intern.
sheet.
She has
We talked
a
about
rap
that
sheet.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
You never know.
Amazing.
You never know. Yeah.
That
They'll
wasn't
always
Fresh
surprise
Faces, though,
you.
was it?
So the Matt's party, like at the like hockey team's house, he would just throw parties that the theater department was invited to. And I remember we were still like living in that in Simpson and
Miranda, where did you
gone a lot.
dorm freshman year?
I was in Regis.
Oh,
so
you were
just
a
across
Regis
the
girl.
Was
street
the
from
honors
Regis.
Gorley?
No, honors was in
No.
Simpson when I was a freshman.
Because then we were the
Oh.
first year of learning communities.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think.
I was in the
Right.
dorm that had their own bathroom. Honestly, iconic, and wouldn't have it any other way. And people are like, "Ugh, I love the shared bathroom experience. I loved having my little shower caddy." And I'm like, I am A-okay not having that experience.
Absolutely.
That, oh
Absolutely.
God, it really was
I
a
had-
game changer.
I had the biggest room, and then my roommate did not return for the second semester of freshman year, so I just had a
Adam had a
whole
suite.
corner room to myself.
It was so
Amazing.
annoying.
That's lovely.
Guys, he barely graduated.
I barely made it through freshman
He
year.
barely made it
I
through
got
freshman year, truly.
sophomore year on, it was fine.
Because
but
there was like
freshman year was-
nothing holding him back to like any structure whatsoever.
That was my freshman year, like first semester. They were like, "You got to keep up a GPA or you will lose your scholarship." And I'm like, "Okay."
What?
What? Okay. So that wasn't fun, but
Wow. And now we're back in the north side of Chicago. It is crazy.
old stomping grounds.
Old stomping grounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think
Did you want to show these production stills?
Oh,
that you
yes,
had up
now
the whole
we're-
time?
Oh
Now that we're
God.
now that we're here.
Now that we're here, baby, we're far past.
We've
Baby,
been-
we've been.
I will always remember the first time I saw Beauty and the Beast. It was at the Cadillac Palace Theater in Chicago. And during the curtain call,
Mm. I think this is where they'll be.
That's where they're going.
they're
yeah.
going
Yes.
back. full
I
circle.
could not stop crying. I was like audibly sobbing at curtain call. Oh my
Is she
God.
Filipina?
No, I think that's
Look
South
at this
Asian.
short
South
Gilly
Asian.
dress.
Ugh, I love this dress.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
Green
into it.
Cogsworth. Oh.
Is that supposed to be Babette?
Yes.
On the left?
Yeah.
Who's she?
No,
That's Mrs.
right.
Potts.
that's Mrs.
That's Mrs.
Potts,
Potts?
Mrs. Girl. Yeah.
And then Miss
Amazing.
Armoire.
Because her.
Oops.
Oh.
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 Her glasses. She has glasses.
What is this like lilac dress?
I don't.
What-
I'm so.
What is this like
excited.
armadillo costume that he has on?
These scales.
Yeah, it's very maybe
Mamar.
that's one of the
The armor.
animals. You know.
Yes.
He turned into a jacket.
I wonder if they're gonna sing. I wonder if they add Evermore to it. You would prefer If I Can't Love Her?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a take.
But then again, I've only heard what's his name? Dan Brown? No, that's the writer of those books.
Dan Stevens?
Dan Stevens, yes. I've only heard him sing, and
Okay,
Did you
course,
not
it
watch
left, it
fine.
left a bit to be desired.
Did you not watch the live televised concert?
The one with her.
No, I didn't know. Was it
Ladies
her or
and
SZA?
gentlemen, her.
Oh, it was
Her.
her.
It was
Okay.
her.
It was her.
I did not watch it. No,
It was she.
I was not interested in
Wow.
watching that.
There you go.
Oh.
The ornamentations is so good.
Yeah, it's
Rococo.
very. We love
Bitch.
rococo.
Baroque.
Baroque.
It's not
Baroque.
Baroque. Don't
It's-
fix it.
Baroque hoedown.
Great.
Oh, we could
that's
see it
it.
in Schenectady.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I would probably also try to go to Minneapolis, depending, but we'll see. Great. All right.
Well,
Miranda, there was one more thing on the list, but is that your go off, or do you want
No,
to
it's
do?
not my go off. I don't know if I need to talk about it. The more I think about it.
No, just say how you hate lesbians. Go ahead.
So here's my thing.
I will say
we know
you have a storied past.
I have a storied past with
Uh-huh.
a Miss Jojo Siwa,
Uh-huh.
listeners. And if you don't remember, I used to work front of house at a theater.
Mhm.
And Jojo Siwa's show was by far I worked lots of shows, concerts, my
Magic.
favorite murder,
Uh-huh.
Magic Men,
Magic
like,
Men. Yeah.
all the Paw Patrol, all these things. Jojo Siwa's show was the worst show I ever worked for a multitude of reasons. And that we can talk about that on Close Friends sometime, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I could tell stories about people
Oh,
I've
theater-
worked with,
oh my God,
celebrities I've
theaters-
worked with.
Theater stories for close friends would be such a gag. Let's.
I
do it.
think because like I've said hello to a lot of celebrities, including like Steve Martin and Martin Short, Kristen Chenoweth, the I Mom So Hard ladies. They loved my IKEA bag, and I was like, it's from IKEA, like the shopping bag. Okay.
Literal.
The blue bag.
So I had a personal vendetta against her for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then she came out. And then she went on Dancing with the Stars.
Which
And
is
I
a
was
way to
like-
your heart.
And
That
I
is-
was like,
that-
good for this bitch. Good for her. Like,
That's all Zendaya needs to do
she's-
to get back in your good graces is to go on Dancing with the
She
Stars.
wasn't
she
she?
was on Dancing with the
Oh my
Stars.
God, was she?
Yes.
Like years ago?
Years ago,
Yes, and
before
she
it started.
slayed, obviously. Yeah, I could also talk about Radio Disney stories where I worked with celebrities and they were not so great. Anyway,
Actually, you should tell princess party stories. For
oh,
close
I've got
friends.
those.
That-
I've got
that-
You should tell the story of the time that you got chased in a car while you were dressed as Belle.
or the time I straight up got a nosebleed in front of the party
Yes,
as
yes.
Rapunzel. Amazing. Yeah, so many good ones. Okay, so I was on Jojo Siwa's side through this Dancing with the Stars experience. And babies, I cannot anymore. I am reverting back to my old ways.
Mm.
She is the J-Lo of this generation. Nobody loves Jojo Siwa more than Jojo Siwa. She thinks
Wow.
she is creating
Art.
the world out of nothing. She is. It's like
the J-Lo. Because
she
did you
thinks
see
everything she touches is gold. And you guys, I'm sure if you listen to Karma, it is auto-tuned to hell. I listened to this girl's. Oh my God. It was the worst sounding thing I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, how do you make a career out of this? But she is. And she did. And I just I'm done. I cannot get over the way she thinks she is reimagining. She's creating gay pop. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's never been done before.
It's never been done. She is
Gay people
creating it.
famously. Gay people famously don't listen to music, so we
So-
needed this.
She really is breaking barriers.
It's so
honestly, it's offensive.
Well, did you see? Because when she said that, Tegan and Sarah stitched it and just like looked at the screen like, "Hello."
Oh. I don't know. Like, she really thought with this new. Oh. Yeah. Yep. No, like the way she's like reimagining herself, and that's all. I'm just reverting back to my old ways, and I need everybody to know.
The thing that I always am with, like the Jojo Siwas and like other celebrities that are like sometimes like the J-Lo of it all, where it's like it's so out of touch with reality that I'm like, you are a superstar, and what. Like, you're not, you don't have to pretend that you're, I don't know.
It's kind of like, were you in like the Debbie Ryan era of Disney? Like, have you watched any of Debbie Ryan's red carpet?
Debbie Reynolds? Yeah, I love Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, you know Debbie Reynolds. Just like, I need you after this podcast to go look up iconic Debbie Ryan moments on the red carpet. She was on a very marginal. Yes, this show on Disney Channel was very mid. It was not iconic in any way.
Is this the one where she does the like?
Yes, she was like, I walked into the office with the Disney Channel president. I said, I want to make history, and that's what we did. And like, it's very much that energy, and it's like, just so unserious. Like, there's no way that she is real,
because it's like you can love obviously what you do and think that like what I'm doing is cool, whatever, blah blah blah, but at the same time it's like you're making music so that people like can like dance or whatever,
right?
It just the problem is like people should just feel comfortable making things that aren't like. Everyone feels like what in order for it to be valid, it has to be also good with a capital G.
Yeah, where it's like,
and some stuff is just like fine, but like listenable, and that's why we like it. Is because it's like it requires no extra thought on our part, like genuinely.
Like we all loved Hillary Duff's pop, but
oh girl,
was that good,
honey?
Absolutely not.
Right?
Like
yeah. But even she was like, I wasn't like trying to be the next like.
Right. She was like, I just liked making music at this time, and I no longer did, so I stopped. Like,
and she could do it. That was the thing.
Right.
She could do it.
She could go on tour right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she should.
And she
should.
Yeah. It's but the thing is the gay pop thing, everyone on TikTok is like making fun of it, blah blah blah.
I can't believe she said that. I didn't know she said
that. But that's the thing.
Crazy.
It's like you said it. So obviously people are you said
it's the Sam Smith, I'm the first openly gay person to win an Oscar, where people are like, what are we talking about?
What? Learn, meet more gay people. Oh my
God.
God.
Also just like,
and then when they were like, you ever heard of Howard Ashman? He was like, no, is he hot? Sam Smith.
It's like better just to not.
Girl.
Just to not.
Just be like, I love my community. I love being able to do this.
I wanted to make new music.
Yeah. Change. That's the thing. You can tell she's just like, I just want to do something different now. I'm evolving. I'm like different.
Yeah.
It's just very funny.
Oh man.
She also said this could be her Britney slave for you moment. Like
the more people are saying this, the more I'm out.
The more you're out.
And
I think that's the thing. I think we like to be like very, what's the word where it's like this is like amazing. This is like whatever. What is that? When you're saying like something is like
hyperbolic?
Yes, we're very hyperbolic with stuff, but I feel like when celebrities do it to be like this is the most important thing right now. I'm like, girl,
please.
Yeah. This is also what's nice about K-pop is like none of these artists in K-pop actually think they're doing anything important.
Right.
They're all
just
like,
doing it because they like
we were told to do this.
We were told to do this, but everyone likes it and everyone's having a good time. Yeah. So that's the thing. We don't need to make everything like
your music doesn't have to cure cancer. Like that's what's incredible about music is like it can just be that. And it's
Yeah.
equally as important as the quote unquote important music.
Freelak is asking, when will it be camp? When will it turn camp? And I did watch that thing. It came up on my FYP where this girl stitched it and was like, well, you know what? If she thinks this is so important now, she's going to make like what she thinks is gay pop and it's going to be bad and we can like have fun with it. So
That's
maybe it's the beginning of like whatever.
The camp cycle.
The camp cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Well, thank you for
saying
listening, and thank you for
saying gay pop is so, why would you even say it? To be like, I'm going to create this new thing called gay pop. Pop is gay.
period.
Period.
Hello.
Where has she been?
Where's she been, girl? It's so funny. But anyway, there's our statement.
Sorry for the
okay,
JoJo
everyone.
stands, but not.
Honestly,
Okay.
bring back the ponytails, the side ponytails.
Yeah.
I felt like that was such a strong lane for her.
Yeah, I do miss the
No one
colors.
else was doing that.
No
it would have
one
been
else
fine to
was
just
doing
keep.
it.
I mean, it's hard
The
to like
big
as you get
bows.
older to keep
Yeah, totally.
being like young. That's the energy.
I mean,
but,
she
like-
did keep her wrapped car with photos of her, and she just rewrapped it with new photos of her. So she is.
She
Well,
has
that's a
having-
tax break, so that's actually really
That's
fiscally
yes,
smart.
that's
Absolutely.
I'm actually on her
that's
side.
marketing.
On that
I
one.
don't. That's a
Yeah.
marketing.
That's just
expense.
marketing for sure.
That's a write off.
I did see a
Anytime
TikTok.
you drive anywhere.
I did see a TikTok of her cutting off like 3 lanes of traffic because she needed to turn. It was so funny. It was like not Jojo Siwa cutting
But-
3 cars off in order to turn right.
But see, that's the thing. We can have fun with that. That is the JLo
That's
energy. That's
so
like,
funny.
okay,
It's
that's fun. That's
So
funny.
man.
one of the agents on my team, for a while, he had a QR code on his car that was like to lead to his like agent page. So it was like, look, you can like find me or whatever. And he was like on his phone at a stoplight, and someone coded him, and that because he had his phone number on there, and texted him. It was like, hey, you're a fucking shitty driver. And he was like,
oh my god!
I'm gonna take my QR code off my car.
I could never do it. We have a Winefest car that my coworker drives, and it's a beautiful car. Like she just traded it in last week, and it's like a brand new
It's a
Lexus.
beautiful pink Hummer. So, you
But
know.
I'm like, it says Winefest all over it, and I was like, that could not be me.
no, because then they'll call you if you're
They'll
like, hey,
they'll be like, yes. They'll be like, this Winefest car.
RJ and I drove by a pink Range Rover this weekend, and I was like, oh, Mary Kay. I don't know, but
She
you
did
just
it.
know.
she
You just
did it.
know.
She
You feel it in
worked
your soul.
hard,
She's a regional, salesperson or whatever.
honey.
I love that.
Honey. All right.
Well, all right,
Shall we
boys.
go Orf?
Let's go off.
Who wants to go first?
Do you guys have anything?
Casey, how about Casey
Casey,
goes
go
first?
ahead.
Casey, go
Casey,
off.
you've been really quiet
You've been
this
so quiet all
episode.
day.
Wait, I have to
Yeah,
think of one. I thought of one yesterday, but I didn't write it down. This is why I got it.
can have
I
this
just
one.
Get it. No, is that just the TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh no. Miranda, why don't you go off?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I forgot to talk about the concert, but we can wait until next week that Casey's here because technically it was a concert
Yes.
she wanted to see. Okay, I'll go off.
So Miranda's go off is fully the concert. I didn't like their set. I don't like them as singers. I didn't like
No, but you guys, there were so many loud fireworks.
I.
Nobody told me.
weren't you in a little private booth?
Yeah, but it's not enclosed. And like the sparkling fireworks I get, but there were like booms. And even Casey was like, this is unnecessary. I'm so sorry. I was like, I was dying. Anyway, okay. I think I need to move. I cannot handle Iowa nice anymore. It's gotten and it is out of hand. For example,
Uh-oh.
if I'm on a walk and a car is driving by and they don't have a stop sign, they don't have a stoplight, don't stop in the middle of the road so I can cross the street. I am very capable of waiting an extra 5 seconds But no, it is so awkward because they slow down and they stay there. And I'm like, oh, am I supposed to go? And I'm like, no, just drive. Do not pretend that I exist. Okay. I would rather be hit by you, honestly. Like I would be rather hit by this vehicle than the awkward encounter of like, oh, I'm gonna stop for you. Go ahead. Or also walking and like, or I was running with Jace on Sunday, and every single person that we went by would be like, hi, morning. Hi. And Jace is looking at me and he goes, you don't wave at them? I go, no, I'm not even gonna fucking look at them. Like this is
Jace is out there waving at people.
He does like the
like white guy.
like the smirk and the wave. And I'm like, why are we I am not out here for them. I'm not out here to make friends.
I'm barely out here for me.
I'm barely out here for me. I'm hanging on to my goddamn life right now by a thread. All right. Give me this moment. I have my music and I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say hi to you. It's just I'm so done with all of it. And like that, obviously, it's other aspects of Iowa as well. But they call it Iowa nice.
Yeah.
Is Iowa, you prefer Iowa stubborn over Iowa nice?
I don't even know if Iowa stubborn exists. It's me.
Just in music, man. That's the only thing. That's the only time.
Yeah. But I'm done. Like, I can't handle it. I'm like, will you just pretend I don't exist? Thank you. That's all.
It's so funny.
Yeah, nobody really engages here.
God, it's so nice. Yeah,
It is so funny to be like mad that someone is allowing you to pass them because
leave me alone.
I mean, Jace was with me and he was like I stopped and I was like, no, wave them ahead. And I like blew my nose as I waited there as they crossed. And Jace was like, yeah, that was like really awkward. Like it's stupid.
Because it's truly like, if I'm seeing the pedestrian already stopping, I'll be like, okay, well,
possession.
and there's no stop sign. If there's no stop sign,
they don't have a stop sign. They don't even have like a yield for pedestrians. It is just a street.
It's not your right.
If it's the middle of the street, I'll keep going. But if they have started to like decidedly walk, then
if they're like
I'm
on
going
the
to
road already,
right.
they'll be like.
But it's like a lot of it. Like by the time that they just kept driving, I wouldn't have even made it to the street type of thing. Like they stopped so early. Anyway.
I'm so sorry for you.
I'm so sorry. It's so hard.
Yeah, Freelix says he gets a lot of polite nods on dog walks. I cross the street so I don't have to walk past anybody. If I'm walking Winnie, I walk across the street.
Oh yeah.
We cross, but only because Friedrich's annoying. That's why we cross.
He's looking at him. He's sleeping?
He's in bed.
He's mad at us. Aww. He's like, no one's paying attention to me. This is my moment.
Our blue couch is gone. She's gone. The moment is gone.
The moment is gone.
Oh, she's gone?
She's gone.
Oh, man. The end of an era.
I can probably go. I can go off, actually.
All right, RJ, go off.
Okay. Me as a patron of your service, I should not be able to come into the service and feel the vibes that there's some drama going on.
Oh.
Because I don't need all that.
Where?
I go into my gym.
Oh.
First of all, last week. I went to my gym last week, Miranda. Okay. I go to my thing, and first of all, I was like, I don't see my trainer. Where is she? I don't see it. I go to my phone and be like, let me make sure. I got the email. I got the whatever, blah, blah, blah. I checked that last email, and I realized the trainer name was different.
Oh.
Also started with the same letter, same first two letters. So I was like, okay, did I accidentally select this person thinking that it was my trainer? So I go over to the trainers and then I'm like, hey, I think I may have accidentally selected someone else. I'm actually with whatever. And someone brand new. I'm like, oh yeah, just wait here. Let me get like the director of the PTs or whatever. And I was like, yes, I know him. He's dating my trainer. So I know that guy. a completely different person goes up to
New
me
man.
and is like, "Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah, a bunch of our trainers got relocated, and by bunch, basically, my trainer and then the director who were
T. Oh,
And mine.
oh, and your old one,
My
yeah,
old
your
one.
old one.
no.
So I was like, huh.
Who I'd stopped going to a while ago.
So then this new trainer comes and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I was," and we basically last week we just didn't meet. We were like, "Let me just move you because you were supposed." They were also acting like you should have known. I'm like, "No, what
How
do
in
you
the
mean I
world?
should have
Yeah.
known? How?" They're like, "That's fine. We'll just move you to next week." Blah 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 blah. And then I go today. I meet him. He's very nice. He's a black
You
belt.
still had
he's
an
whatever.
appointment.
He was just like,
He's
I
a
know,
black
but-
belt. Are you gonna start karate? Like, does
Karate?
he incorporate karate moves?
Well, first of all, he came today in a full suit because he came from his day job. So he was, I know, and I was like,
Ooh, a black belt in
"Oh,
a suit.
in a suit."
Okay.
But he was like,
This is the closest I've ever seen Miranda to being horny
I know, I was
ever.
like, "Oh."
You didn't go see Wicked with me last October. Okay, go on.
And today today was our first official training, and he was like, "What have you done?" Blah blah blah, and I was like, "To be honest, she never wrote anything down on my book. I can't tell you really. Like, so I would prefer let's just do a clean start." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Who was your trainer?" I say her name, and he starts laughing, and I'm like, I shouldn't know that there's drama. Now I want to know the drama,
Oh,
but
yeah. Now I need to know.
because then I feel coming in like, what the I already hate going to the gym. You know what I mean? And then now to
Yeah.
feel kind of like, what the fuck's going on? So it's very interesting. But like, whatever the interpersonal, whatever is going on, you needed to make it so that way we don't know. And then when we do, but if it does slip, give me the tea.
Here's the nightmare scenario. This is all I'm going to say. I think we may have something to do with it because this can't be why, though.
This can't be
There's
why.
no
This
but
can't be why.
But
But I had started going and I was one. Sorry. I started my trainer situation first. I had this
Okay.
girl whose name started with a J. I was going
Okay.
to her. Then RJ started.
Jojo Siwa.
It was Jojo,
Jojo
Siwa.
Siwa. Yep.
Okay.
That check.
And then RJ started going to his trainer, who's also a girl, and her name starts with an F. And let's say her name is. It's very hard because her name is so specific. Farrah
Fiona.
Fawcett. Fiona from Shrek.
From Shrek.
From
Yes.
Shrek.
So
Sutton Foster as Fiona.
Sutton Foster is Fiona. So RJ's going to Sutton Foster's Fiona. I'm going to Jojo Siwa.
Great.
And then RJ and I are telling each other about our trainers. And I was saying, you know, mine has a kid. She's like younger. She just started working out 2 years ago. She doesn't even really know what she's doing. Blah, blah, blah. And RJ's saying, oh, mine like is like from like Latin America and does not speak any English basically. So there's no conversation we have. It's just she just tells me what to do. But that
Okay.
works for RJ. Great.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
tell me what to
he's
do.
like, but then she did tell me that she's dating the
director.
director of the personal trainers. Let's say his name is James.
James.
So then I was like, oh, interesting. So then the next session,
This
I was
trainer.
like, to my trainer, I was like, oh, my husband just started with one of the trainers. And she was like, oh, really? Who? And I was like, oh, Sutton Foster as Fiona in track. And she was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then except I did not say the name at first. I was like, oh, I don't remember what her name is. Because it was a very specific name. I mean, it's very specific to say Sutton Foster as Fiona from Shrek.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I was like, I can't remember. It's the girl who's dating James. And she was like, what? And I was like,
What?
Oh,
What?
no.
and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, I thought,
Oh my God.
blah, blah,
I
blah.
would've died.
And
Did
she
you
was
die?
like, interesting. Anyway, let's do our workout today. And so then
And
I
she
had
grabs her
no
phone and is like,
No idea.
But that was like
That was-
ages ago.
Yeah, that was like when I first
That was,
started,
like,
which
February.
was like February.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't tell you this. She didn't actually tell me that they were dating.
RJ.
She
What? What?
What do you mean?
So then oh,
She didn't
Was-
actually tell me. She was just she
I think Jojo Siwa was dating James.
Jojo Siwa and James are dating because she got a phone call from him
Oh, you
during
mean no?
our
Sutton
training.
Foster's.
Oh, sorry, Sutton Foster. Sutton Foster is Fiona. Because she got a phone call from him during our training.
okay.
And it was like, my love. But this was months ago. So like
Oh my god. Oh my god.
yeah. But they were told that they were relocated. So I wonder if that means that he went somewhere and she went somewhere. I think because didn't your new trainer say like, yeah, they don't like it when people are dating.
Yes.
So
But that's why I was like, oh, that's weird because she like told my husband, so it wasn't like a secret.
Wow.
well, she would always be with him whenever I would come in and out. So it's like I'm sure the girls would have picked it up anyway.
Yeah, people.
People-
It was
Yeah.
just the confirmation that had not happened until we opened our big gay
Gay
mouths.
mouths. They're like
Wow.
these two.
These two F's.
Wait, why is Adam's trainer gone?
Because she's the whistleblower.
Also, you.
What?
Also,
That's my guess. Also, she wasn't great.
she
I was
wasn't
gonna
right.
say, didn't she like keep coming up with these excuses why she had to like reschedule and stuff with you?
No, that's my current
current
trainer.
trainer.
That's my current one, but he he can do no wrong. I love him.
He's actually
great.
like
Oh, that's
yeah,
good. Okay,
competent.
He's very knowledgeable.
that's nice.
So that's
Wow.
trainer talk.
Oh,
The
I
tea.
love that. Oh my god, I would like
tea.
you to find out more.
I know. I'll just keep asking.
I love that tea. Amazing.
Adam, this is
Adam,
your
do you
last
have
stop
anything to go off?
to go orf.
Okay.
All right.
This is all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it very brief.
Ooh.
If we are at dinner or lunch or brunch and the check comes and you say, "Can you give me the check?" The assumption is you are paying for the dinner. Let's say specifically it's a family member. Okay?
Okay.
For all intents and purposes.
Okay.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical,
Of course,
sure.
this is hypothetical.
Yeah.
So I would be like, okay, great. They're taking care of that. If you would like to be reimbursed, all you have to do is say that. What you don't need to do is when when we're deciding where we're going to go for our next brunch the next day, you don't say, and I can't keep paying for these meals. You've paid for one. Let's all breathe just for a moment. Because I just feel like there's an easier way to communicate that we need to go Dutch. Just say everybody's paying for their own. It's
I mean, the
fine.
best way to do that is when the server comes over and is like, "So how do you want the checks?" And then you're like, "Oh, us two? These two."
Yeah.
like-
So then the next day at brunch, whoever this person may be, obviously there's no way to know.
Who
pretend.
does?
It's a hypothetical story, of course. What if they
course.
said to the server as soon as they came over to take the order, "I'm going to be on my own check"? So then we ran around the table and ordered. I was the last one to order, and I said, "And by the way, I'll just be taking care of the tab today." So then at the very end, and then of course it's a hypothetical situation, and at the very end,
course.
this hypothetically, this person was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you you didn't have to do that. That's so nice of you." Blah, blah, blah. After she had this is the other thing. Hypothetically, this person may have also complained about having to go overseas for a wedding this summer and saying that the groom had offered to pay for their hotel in where they're staying overseas because they were so thrilled that they were able to come all the way to celebrate them in their wedding day. So they were going to cover the expense of the hotel. And then turned around and said, but if there's anything you'd like to contribute to the hotel expense, then feel free to do so.
Imagine a getaway.
Hypothetically, imagine a getaway to maybe
a-
Santorini.
Which is not like a direct flight situation. It is
No.
like,
She's a hop, skip, and a jump. All three.
but like, why
What?
would you
Why
say
would you
that as
offer
a
that?
thank you and
Why
offer?
wouldn't, if you really were like, oh, I shouldn't have committed this much. A, think about it ahead of time before you say it. And B,
You should
then be like,
immediately.
if you still want to contribute, just be like, oh, I'll cover half. Like, there's ways to go about it that would still be like, this is such a kind gesture.
Right.
Instead of being like, I'm going to cover all of it, but if you want to do a voluntary donation to my
new fund,
To my
that I'm
new
opening a
fund.
new nonprofit
to pay for the hotel.
Shady,
Anyway, I was like,
shady,
it's very
shady.
funny that you are complaining about this and then also simultaneously kind of doing a similar energy by like covering dinner and then being like, but I can't cover dinner.
It's just
Yeah,
very,
no one's-
Then just say
Hypothetically,
it.
no one's forcing that.
No one's forcing it. There's no one under duress. No one's held at gunpoint here. Let's all just breathe for a minute, please. Can we please?
please, we need to breathe.
Wow.
Please.
Well,
time for
hypothetically,
breaths.
if that were to happen, that sucks and that's annoying. I would.
But
also,
of course it didn't. So
Of course it didn't. No.
it was just like because I didn't really have a go off today, so I had to come up with a hypothetical situation which could annoy me if it did happen.
Could or could not. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Wow.
Don't forget to leave us reviews. Our last review is from November of 2023.
But people are leaving us more comments on YouTube. Well, more often.
Oh, really?
Comments on YouTube. So let me pull up
I
one real
made a
quick.
YouTube video for the first time in 6 months. She goes up tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it?
We're going to talk about everything you need to know about the Disney dining plan.
Oh.
Yeah. So exciting. But starting next week, it'll get fun with like pack with me's and in park vlogs and stuff. Why are you shaking your head?
Because I thought there was a better way to do what I'm trying to do right now, which is find
Great.
yeah, there's the way. I'm making this so difficult for myself. Okay, here we go.
That is the easiest way to
Oh,
do it.
my God.
Listener of the show, Auburn. We love Auburn.
Auburn's a crossover.
Auburn's a crossover from Boys Love to
Ooh.
group chat. They say, I know it. I always know it's going to be a good episode if Google gets pulled up in the first 10 minutes of the episode. So there you go.
It took RJ a little longer today because he was so committed to
Sorry.
not opening Google.
Yeah. I mean, we are a screen share. This is a Zoom. This is a webinar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a visual podcast.
Honey.
It's a vodcast.
But if you're not a visual podcast,
What are you doing?
you have to have imagination. I feel like my YouTube could be a podcast. For those episodes, you could absolutely listen to it audio only.
Yeah. This was okay. I'll read you a comment from this was your when you
The-
talked about the women getting punched TikToks.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, you froze. You froze.
You
I didn't
you
hear
No,
froze.
you froze.
Girl, you
No,
froze.
you froze. No, you froze.
Okay. We got a comment saying, I've seen the TikTok videos about it. It seems so isolated to New York City. I beg these men to bring that energy to the South. Do that in Dallas and you may not see the next day.
Points
Try
were
it.
made.
Points are made. Try it, girl. Try it.
Try it.
Amazing.
Great.
All right. All right. Well,
Thank you, listener.
thank you,
We've
listeners.
learned a lot. We've learned about
a lot.
hypotheticals. We've learned about Peter Man.
Peter Man. Don't forget, close friends get 3 bonus episodes every month. If you're a
Stay
current
tuned
close,
for that princess party content.
you're getting a
I'll tell
princess.
some good stories.
Mhm. This month, we'll also do a little Run Disney recap from when Miranda.
Tune into
survives.
Close Friends where you'll hear exactly what Zendaya called Miranda.
when she was like 14.
When she was 14, and Miranda will hold a grudge about a teenager being a teen.
A
Sure will.
2-time Emmy winner.
Sure will.
Sure will. All right. Well, have a great week, Miranda.
You guys too.
Too.
We'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey.
Hey, go ahead. Go.
Go ahead. Hit me with your car. Run me over.